interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Yo, it's Remember the Show. Slick with the flows, where the sparring can go. Who's gonna be on, man, you never will know. Guess you better tune in, cause we live from Chicago. Belal Muhammad, that's the king of the tweets. Jason Anik looks like John, step his hands to his feet. Every Thursday, we gon' give you a treat. It's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat. And retweet, and retweet, and retweet. And retweet, it's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat.
Oh, yeah. Episode 53, Remember the Show. Back in your lives and not a moment too soon. Jason Anik and Muhammad. Fight announcement. It shall be done. April 16th, UFC Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada. Number 5 main event, Muhammad. That's number 4, Vicente Luque. Bully, another poster, another main event. Congratulations. How you feeling, brother?
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, no, it feels good getting something right back in it. You know, we were sitting there before that Wonderboy fight. We were like, bro, when you get something now, nah, nothing yet. And then it feels good just to be active, staying active, and then definitely get in this fight. You know, he's one of the guys that just weighed in as a substitute for the title fight when Kamaru just fought Kobe. So he's right there. So I think this fight right now is going to be the one that gets next in line. So the winner of this fight is definitely going to be fighting for the title. And I'm not one of those guys that ever shy away from a challenge or a fight. I want to fight the best guys in the division, and I want to be one of those guys. Once I'm the champion, they're gonna be calling for me for all these rematches. Same way Kamaru's getting all these rematches. Then I'm gonna start giving these guys second chances once I get that belt around my waist.
There's the love from Dave Fretz right away. Gotta love it. So been in there with dude before, right? Been in there with Luque before, certainly 5.5 long years ago. Got to be honest, watched it back. There is certainly a resemblance to Belal Muhammad 5.5 years ago, but certainly a different fighter. We got a man on our hands now. It's it's a whole different ball game, is it not?
Yeah, you know, you're gonna have all those trolls and everybody that's gonna keep posting the same thing, saying the same thing. It's gonna be a quick knockout again, blah blah blah. But honestly, it's one of those things that fight changed my career and changed the way that I fought, and I changed my life, honestly, because it made me a better fighter in general. I say that you look at fighters, all the greats. You've seen GSP, he's got knocked out. He lost, he came back, and he won. You've seen Michael Bisping lose to Dan Henderson viciously, come back and win as a champion. So when you see guys like that, I think that coming back from a loss and being victorious and winning, and it just shows what type of champion you are, what type of person you are. Like I tell people all the time, like when you lose a fight in the UFC, you could either do 2 ways. You could either go come up with a bunch of excuses for why you lost and give reason, oh, I was sick, or I was this, or I was that, or I was drunk on wine, or you could sit there and own it, be like, yo, I need to do this. I need to be better at this. I need to be this. I didn't think of this. You know, when I fought him, I got to the UFC, I was 9-0. And I lost my debut, but I had an excuse. It was a decision, but it was like, well, you could tell yourself, like, you know, it was I lost a decision because it was short notice, and I fought during Ramadan. It was my UFC debut, and it was still the fight of the night. But that's the reason why I lost. I didn't lose because of that. And then it's my second fight. I go in there, I get a TKO, and I'm like, right back at it, Bully B, right back on the boat. We're 10-1 right now. Everything's doing the right way. But then you go to the third fight and you lose, and now you're 1-2 in the UFC. You have to look at yourself. You have to be like, yo, am I doing all the right things? Am I all in right now? Am I going to be this? Do I want to be a champion, or am I just happy to be here? And it made me change my ways. It made me find a different gym, find different training partners, still keeping my core guys, my small circle around me, but still wanted to go out there and look for different things and change my mindset. And it just made me a better person. It made me grow as a fighter. And like I said, Vicente Luque, he literally trained with me for this last fight for Wonderboy. We trained a couple times while we were in Vegas, where we had the same management team. He's a respectful guy. He's a good guy.
Of course.
But make no mistake about it. When he get in the cage, it's not going to be no friendship. We're not here to play around. And like the same way he comes to all of his fights, he's quiet, but he goes in there to kill. So that's what I'm becoming that day. April 16th, I'm coming in to kill, and I'm going to get that revenge in blood.
Love it. Film crew coming to Chicago again, I assume.
Honestly, I'm hoping it's after winter, because last time they came to Chicago, they were making me want to do run on train tracks in the snow. And I'm like, bro, it's freezing outside. Oh, let's get this angle right here where you're doing push-ups, handstands. And I'm like, bro, come on.
But they got the right guy. Just go to the stairs. Be there anyway. Where you find him, you know?
Yeah.
But do they? I don't even know. Do they embed and all that? Do they go for every main event? Do they go and
I mean, I think so for most part, for most of the main events, but it just depends on they want to come to Chicago there in this cold weather or not, or if they're just going to reuse the last videos they had of me.
No,
So,
I think they'll come again. It's Belal Muhammad. There's a lot of entertainment value there. It's not just some run of the mill fighter, you know?
yeah, honestly, it'll be, it's a different time now, where last time it was literally we had to fit all that in a 2-week notice fight for Leon Edwards. So it was like I'm rushing and I'm trying to freaking worried about the fight. I'm stressed out. So I didn't really live in the moment. It was like, yo, God dang it, you guys want me to go here. But now we have so much time. We have plenty of time in between. So if they want to come out a little bit earlier, we get a little more time. I'll cook you guys some breakfast. We'll chill out.
Love it. Dude, so, but I know we're going to get to UFC 270, but I just have to tell you, and I meant to get the tweet, but so did you hear about Patrick Mahomes' heart rate? He had a heart rate monitor in the whole game against the Bills. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I wear the same thing that he wears. It's the whoop. And it keeps it, yeah.
So I assume, for those who haven't heard, so Patrick Mahomes' heart rate, when he was on the sideline watching Josh Allen, that's when it was spiking. When dude got into the game, dude is ice, and his heart rate dropped when he gets into the game. And I just kind of made me think about the last time Bilal's getting ready to go into the octagon, and he looks like he's like on his couch. You know what I mean? And it's interesting. And I think it's fascinating because sometimes coaches say they're more nervous. You don't have control over it, right? So Mahomes sitting on the sideline, he's got no control watching Josh Allen go up and down the field. When he's out there, he can control it. So I'm going to enjoy watching you control what's going on against your boy Luque.
Yeah, that's what I tell people all the time. Like, yo, I get more stressed out than anything when I'm cornering a fighter or when one of my boys is fighting, because you're, like you said, like you have no control over it. And it's like, I want them to win so bad. For me, I know what I did. I know I put the work in. No matter what, I did everything I can to win this fight. I don't cut any corners. I don't cheat. I don't do none of that stuff. So I know what I'm in there. Like, it's time to play. It's time to have fun now. Now it's like the training camp. That's all the work, all the hours that were put in, this blood, sweat, and tears. Now fight day is like, now we get to perform. And that's when I feel, like I said, where I had to go through a period of like thinking to myself, man, why am I so calm? I need to hype myself up, because I posted today about Paul Felder, like, when he's in the locker room in Abu Dhabi and he's like hitting himself, he's swearing, he's like elbowing my boy Craig Eckelberg in the head as they're warming up. And I'm sitting there like, should I be this mean? Maybe that's the reason I need to be hardcore like that. But then, this last fight, it was just such a comfort zone. And, that's what the rest of these fights are going to be like for me.
So we got a couple guests on our heels, so we got to get to the main event from UFC 270 Heavyweight Championship of the World. Francis Ngannou, Ciryl Gane. You've heard all the different takes. Ray Long goes all over Ciryl Gane about fight IQ. Ciryl Gane's up 2 rounds to none, et cetera, et cetera. Dana calling Francis a genius for getting him to the ground. Just quickly, I was in the building, so I didn't listen to a moment of commentary, was really just sort of watching it, not really even watching the screen. So to me, it was sort of fascinating. To me, going into round 5, whatever the score was, Ciryl Gane did look sort of defeated, and Ngannou sort of said to me, he felt like not said to me, but said that he felt like he broke him earlier. So anyway, what did Belal Muhammad think of the main event last Saturday night?
I mean, I think it was huge for Ngannou just to show. I tweeted out, I said that now he has a plan B. Everybody, all of us, if he doesn't knock him out in the first round or second round, it's over for him. Like, there's no chance. And everybody before that was already saying, no, Ciryl Gane's striking is way better than his. He keeps such a good distance. And when you're fighting a guy like Ciryl Gane, who's so good with his kicks and his side kicks and not allowing you to get so close to him, like you can't throw that big punch. He's kind of like a wonder boy, where he's kind of like a puzzle for the heavyweights, where none of these guys can get on. I mean, like he's killing these huge strikers like a black beast who can't get that big overhand on him, because he's judging the distance with his kicks and his push kicks. And like the first round, you could tell there was really something wrong with Ngannou's knee, because like he was just plodding forward a little bit. And I was like, man, did he go backwards from that Stipe fight? Because the Stipe fight, he looked so good. But it's funny because, talking with Eric Nixick all the time, anytime I see him, I'll talk to him and I ask about him, and he'll be like, dude, Gane loves wrestling. Like, there's strikers out here, like always in every gym. Like when it's wrestling practice, no strikers are going to show up. If you're a natural striker, you're not going to show up. If you have knockout power, it's cool. I'm not going to be there. I can knock these guys out. I don't need to wrestle. Like, strikers hate wrestling. They hate being in the grind, because wrestling practices are the hardest practices, and it takes a toll on your body. And especially a guy that big like Ngannou, it's going to take a toll. But he said that he loves wrestling. He loves learning. And he said that's what he loves about him more. And he loves working with guys that are hungry to learn. And like he showed it. Like, I'm always thinking like, he's probably just lying about him. And I'm like, you know, Eric Nixon doesn't lie, but now he just showed me he doesn't lie because like the little stuff that he was doing, the little turns, the wrist control on the bottom, like it shows that he's actually putting in the work. It's not just using his power or size to lay on top of you. But man, that 5th round when Cyril Gane went for that leg lock, like literally, because I've cornered guys where they don't listen and they don't understand. And like for me, I'm a guy big on fight IQ, and I think I have one of the best fight IQs in the game and understanding what to do and when to do things. The fact that he went for a leg lock at that moment, like if I'm his coach, I'm going nuts. Like I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Like it's the 5th round of a heavyweight title fight, and you're on top of him, and you're gonna pull him up on top of you. Like you're gonna pull him back on top of you. It was just dumb. It was literally probably the dumbest move that anybody's ever done in a title fight, I think. Because it was just ridiculous. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
There he is.
what up, dude?
What's happening, man?
What up, man? Make sure I look good. I wasn't ready for this yet, but how y'all doing?
Hey, you're good, man. So no one needs an introduction. Billy Quarantillo in the middle. Billy Q repping his Buffalo Bills with the lid. So I'm just gonna start this. Belal, I got to meet Billy this weekend, right? So this is like one of the first time I've actually had a get. Oh, and there he is, the Steamrolla.
What up?
Get that? Yeah, there is a face.
What's up, brother?
Beard. What's up, Maddie?
How we doing?
Welcome to Remember the Show, man.
How you doing? You're coming off a huge knockout win, a crazy fight. How you feeling? You don't look like you have any scratches on you.
Yeah, bro, I'm feeling good. You know, got to be feeling good after a nice win like that. Yeah, got out of that pretty healthy. I think I might have broke my hand, but you know, I broke this hand 3 times already, so I know the deal.
We were just talking about it right now. Like Billy, you're in his corner. You guys are usually in each other's corners. Like, are you more nervous cornering your friend than you are fighting? Because I tell you, like, yo, it's the hardest thing to corner one of your boys.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, you get the feeling because I feel like when you like fight night, I feel like you have more control over it. So, you know, you're going in there and I feel like you're like, all right, I know what I have to do. And when you're with someone, you're like, man, we can only do so much training. And then he's in there on his own. But this one was definitely my favorite one. He dropped him early. And I think right after then, I was like, all right, I think this one's going to go our way because they both landed their best shots and Maddie kept putting him down. So me and his brother were wilding out in his corner. Arroyo was our head coach. Arroyo was doing a good job coaching, but we were having a fun time in there, and it was a good fight. And like you were saying, he doesn't look beat up. He gets beat up every fight, even fights he like dominates. He still gets beat up. So it was definitely a good one.
Was I gonna say, was this the first time your brother was in your corner?
Yeah, my twin brother, the cheese roller got the call.
How is he in the back? Is he nervous? Because I had my brother in my corner once. I had him actually like 3 or 4 times, but like there's a different nerve for him because like he doesn't want to eat all week. He's not talking to me all week, and I'm like, bro, you're bringing me nervous energy. I don't need that right now.
Yeah, no, he was good. You know, just one time I had to tell him to stop shadow boxing. Like he kept like shadow boxing. Like, listen, like it was while I was cutting weight, and I was like, you know, you're on the job right now. I don't want to watch you shadow box and look at his like technique, and it was just pissing me off while I was cutting weight. So he followed his one. But here's a cheese roll. Say what up.
Yo, what up?
What up, Jimmy?
What up? What's going on, guys?
So I was just saying, you know, this is the first time that I've had guests on the show that I actually fucking met. Like I got to meet these guys in person, right? I haven't met Belal. I've never met Belal. We've been doing the show over a year, right? Because COVID, you know. So it was great to actually meet you guys physically. Thank you both, first of all, for coming on the show. So in terms of your fight, Matt, certainly could have ended sooner. But after everything you've sort of been through over, you know, off a couple losses, that 3 minutes had to be really enjoyable for you. You had a lot at stake that night.
Oh yeah, you know, it was a big fight, but every next fight is the big fight. So, you know, I didn't put any extra pressure on. You know, I know what I need to do to prepare for a fight. I've been doing this for a long time, and we got to work, and I was ready to go, and we got the finish.
Now, were you in Billy's corner when he fought Burgos?
No, I wasn't in his corner for Burgos, but I was with him all fight week.
Like that was the most epic fight. That was literally one of the best fights of the year. If the freaking Gaethje fight wasn't on that card, you're sitting in the back like, what the heck? Like, why is this fight after mine?
Yeah, you know the feeling. And Jason, what you were saying, it was awesome meeting you. You were the first one we recognized with a mask. Like we walked by you, and me and Matt both turned around and we're like, You're John Anik's brother, aren't you? We saw the Celtics and the mask, and you were covered up, and I'm like,
is that reggae? Is that reggae John Anik?
Bingo, man.
I was like,
Bingo.
Yeah, I like that hair, yo. That's a nice flow.
Hey, it's a little Clay Guida, Uriah Faber, some influences, but yeah, I mean, just let it go. Hasn't been touched in about 4 years, so it's all right.
John could have it too. Let's not short the man.
Yeah, John's not a balding man. But yeah, so Bully, I'm walking into an elevator wearing my Boston Celtics sweatshirt, right? And so we got Sal the bulldozer for Frevola, his dad, right? Say Boston Celtics, right? And then I obviously recognize all of them. And Matt is weighing, 156, 150, right? Probably right about getting down to one, or he looking lean. And then you shot up to 169, like that. I saw you posted, right? I mean, anyway, you looked good, man. The weight cut went well, didn't it?
200 pounds.
What do you say?
I said, what do you now, Maddie? 200 pounds?
No, we're still, I haven't seen 190 yet. So hopefully we're not going to see 190 this time. As long as we see 190, we're good.
I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, why do we do this to ourselves? Like we're so healthy. We look the greatest we ever looked. And then after the fight week, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess up. I'm not gonna mess up. And then right after you win a fight, it's like you get the fattest, most disgusting you ever been in your life, just in 1 week.
Hey, balance. A little extreme. We're extremists.
Now, Billy, back to your fight. Like, honestly, one of the things I wanted to talk about was the calf kick. Like I tell people, I like sometimes like there's nothing you can do to stop the calf kick, but it's about just being tough. And that calf kick, obviously, like you showed how tough you were, and you see guys like McGregor fold, guys like Sean O'Malley fold, and I'll tell people like, yo, it takes a different man to walk through a calf kick. Like, how was your leg feeling after that fight?
Oh yeah, it was all jacked up, and I definitely the mistake that I made was I went into it and I noticed he got his leg kicked quite a bit in the Barbosa fight, and of course, like thinking about it now, he was going into it like, I'm not gonna let that happen again. I'm gonna make sure I'm the one throwing calf kicks. So I wasn't even mad that he threw it because I wanted to throw him too, but I landed a couple big punches early in the fight, and while he was throwing those calf kicks, I was just eating them instead of fighting the fight, like getting out of the way, avoiding it, and then getting back into it, turning it more into like, trying to like stand and trade with him, where he did a good job, landed hard leg kicks early. I felt it a little bit going in the second round, but he landed one in the second round that like just tore my leg apart. It basically just made the whole leg go numb. Felt like I was like, oh man, I can't even explain the feeling. And then of course my coach is like, all right, well, let's go southpaw this round. I'm like, well, the leg's dead either way. It's either going to be in my righty stance, and at least I can throw some bombs, or if I go lefty, it's still a dead leg back there. So I basically tried to stay righty, almost took him down a couple of times, did my best. Still thought I was going to be able to knock him out in the third round. Like I just felt like I was landing big shots, but the fight ended and it didn't go my way, but learned a lot from that. Yeah,
especially I tell people when you go through a war like that, it's like you learn so much and you gain so much from it, because now like Burgos one of the toughest guys in the division, and now you just showed up you're the toughest guy in the division, and you're a guy that's known for like jiu-jitsu, and I'm looking at it like, yo, this guy got stand up too. This guy, he bangs with you, and he'll drop you too. It's not like people look at you, and I feel like you put a lot of extra muscle on too, because I feel like before you used to be like the skinny on.
I noticed. I noticed you wrote something about it after the Benitez fight.
Yeah,
which was funny because that one like ESPN like reposted it, and they're like, BL, and it was like one of your tweets like, "There's a war now," and it's me just getting drilled in the face like this because like there's a war now, because he was he landed a good shot later in the fight. But yeah, I've been working out with a company Driven. They do a bunch of like private strength and conditioning sessions, and just trying to work my ass off. I know what it takes to get to where you're at in the division, that top little group. It's a different level of you got to separate yourself from the guys that I've been fighting.
For sure. And talking about separation, let's see who separates from who in the game show part. Cody, let's get this going.
Let's do it.
All right, boys. Oh, Frevola.
Frevola went running. Frevola went running.
Such a disadvantage not to be around for the rules, huh? There he is. Oh, no. There he is.
I'm back.
Oh, we thought you were running for a second.
Steamrolla.
I'm back.
All right, just in time for the rules. So pretty easy, gentlemen. Rule number 1, shout bully for the buzzer. That's the key. You know the answer, shout bully. Wrong answer, points go to your opponent. Correct answer, points go to you. Highest points wins the game. Please shout bully. Good luck, boys. Let's go.
All right, boys. These are the categories for today. First category is name scramble. These are all fighter names. Letters are scrambled up. Just unscramble them. You'll be fine. Figure it out who it is. Who is he or she? These are guy fighters with girl filters. So you got to tell me who the guy fighter is with the girl filter.
Okay.
Could be a coach as well. Face mash. So these are 2 fighter faces mashed together. You got to tell me which 2 fighters they are. And last one is nickname game. You just got to tell me the fighter's nickname.
All right, we got this. Let's go.
All right, Billy, you were here first, so I'll give you the first pick on the category. But any of you guys could answer. But Billy, you got first.
Okay, we gotta say bully first. Cheesy, don't be helping him. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Who is he or she for 100?
Who is he or she for 100?
Bully. That's Longo.
No,
you're good. That's it. There's only one guy.
Come on, man. You guys can't be doing that to Ray Longo.
Yeah, that's Longo. Yeah, that's Longo and
No.
Oh, man.
That's great.
No way. All right, all right, that's all right.
Let's go. Let's go.
You're gonna find out about this.
All right, Matt, you can get going now.
Now
Go,
I
Matt.
choose. I choose.
Yeah, you can pick now.
Nickname for 300.
Okay, going big. Nickname 300.
All right, 300.
Hakeem Dawodu.
Bully.
Bully.
Frevola.
He's the mean Canadian. He's like the mean mugging.
I need a nickname. You got 3 seconds. 3, 2.
The mean
One.
mean mug. Oh man.
No.
Come on, dude, you had it. Like you literally said it like 4 times. It's
It's
just
just
Hakeem.
Mean.
Hakeem.
I said mean.
No,
You
you
said
said mean
mug.
mugging.
Oh my god, we're getting technical here.
You were going mean mug, the
Mean
mean
mug.
grin. I don't know what you were going with that, but I was
To
just
be
like,
fair, the
mean.
mean Canadian is a great nickname.
The mean Canadian sounded good too. You were just off. You should have just stopped at mean.
Points go to
Okay.
Billy.
Let's go. Nickname game for 200.
Philip
Bully.
Rowe. Billy.
The Fresh Prince Philly Road.
There
Shout
we
out,
go. See?
shout out to the boys in Orlando.
You didn't ask any other add any other words to it. You're good, Billy. You go again.
Right? Yeah, let's keep it simple. All right, let's go. The nickname game for 400.
Okay, he's going big. Sam Alvey.
Bully. Smiling Sam Alvey. Let's go.
Oh,
go.
There
That was
we
a big
go.
one.
Whew, this game is getting close.
Right? You can tell it's going to be good early.
You're up, Matt.
Face mash 200.
All right, so now this is 2 fighter faces.
Bully.
Billy.
That's Jared Gordon. Oh man, and that Paul Felder.
Come on, baby. You got it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Face mash 300.
Face smash 300. There we go. 2 fighter faces here.
Bully.
Matt.
That's Usman. That's Usman. And Cowboy.
Come on. Matt. He just called out John.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I like that. Was tough.
Pretty good guess.
To be fair, I
that
thought that
was
was
good,
Cowboy
yeah.
too. I thought that was Cowboy.
Right?
Yeah, man, I'm going down swinging.
That was tough. I don't even know if I would have guessed Usman because he was like, he's a white boy.
Right.
Sorry, we got some big numbers left.
All right, let's
Boys
go.
go to Billy.
Who is he or she for 200?
200.
Bully.
Matt.
TJ Dillashaw.
Boom. Okay.
All right.
He's still in there. He's fighting right back.
I was thought that was a face mask.
We go to war. You go again, Matt.
He or she 300.
He or she 300.
Bully.
Matt.
Anderson Silva. Yo, that's my category.
Come on, dude. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I was like, how do you
God,
know that?
I thought it
You
was
were so
category.
confident. I feel so bad right now.
damn. It was Ngannou.
Points go to
All right,
Billy.
let's go. Who is he or she for 400?
He's running away with it. Come on, Matt.
All right.
Bully.
Billy.
That's
Sugar Sean.
That's an easy
O'Malley.
one. Dang.
Got it. Let's go.
Dang it. This is getting there.
I'm
These
taking
Buffalo
it
Bills
off.
are running away with it.
Let's go. Let's go. Nickname game 100.
Nickname game 100. Jack or Manson?
Bully, the Joker.
Boom. Okay. There we go.
All right. Chipping
All
away.
right. You're up, Frevola.
Build anyone's game.
Name scramble 200.
Name scramble 200.
Ooh. Huh.
Come on, guys.
Oh man.
They can't spell.
What is that?
Billy, you got to answer this.
So I
Hold
guess a little hint would be that it is last name first. We
Oh,
allowed
yeah.
to say
Last
that?
name first.
Oh.
Man.
3,
Who is that?
2, 1. Give us the answer. Court McGee, guys.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got
God
it.
dang it. All right. Now we know you guys don't know how to spell. You're up again, Matt.
Yeah, we avoided name scramble as long as we could.
I was wondering why nobody said anything about name scramble. You're up, Matt.
I'm gonna keep chipping away. Name scramble 300.
Let's go.
Bully.
Bully.
Matt.
It's I pulled the trigger too.
Last name first.
It's Kamaru Usman.
Boom. There we go.
Okay.
That was big. That was a big one right
Okay.
there. We're 600 points away. Come on. You're up again, Matt.
Face mash 400.
This is a big one right here. 2 fighter faces.
Bully.
Billy.
That's Jose Aldo and TJ Dillashaw.
Oh, that was a big one right there.
Let's go. And that was like a fat face too. Yeah, that was hard. That was tricky. What was up with that?
I
That was
would
like
have
you had a big fat face. Bully.
Billy.
That's Dana White and Francis Ngannou.
Oh, man. He's running
Well
away
done.
with it.
Well
He's
done,
running away
Muhammad.
with it. There's nothing you can catch
I,
up.
know, I taught a class earlier, and I was like, "There's no way I could lose to Matt Frevola in a game like this."
Remember the
That's
show
rough,
champion,
some rough calls.
Billy Q. How does it feel? You know, he walked away with the win last week, but hey, you got the win today.
You know what? I took a close loss in the Burgos fight. The Clay Guida grappling match didn't go my way. I needed this one. You know, Matt Frevola handled his business. It was just my time today. You know, it was my day. And I want to thank all my sponsors. Once Upon a Coconut, Drink the Legend, Buffalo Bills. Next season, I saw John Anik bet the house on them winning the Super Bowl. He's going to be rich from next year. What's up?
You got to thank me. You know, I got you to where you are.
Yeah, I was
Don't
happy.
take 2 to tango.
Matt Frevola got me my first UFC cornerman win. It was
There you
big.
go.
It was awesome. You know, we handled business first. It's funny story. I've actually cornered Matt Frevola in a first round knockout and Jimmy Frevola in a first round knockout at Rough and Rowdy. There he is back there. So I've cornered 2 Frevolas to first round knockouts. So
I need to put you in my corner.
Job well done.
right,
I love it.
right. You know, so
Billy, I
knew I was going to be a favorite in that game. What were you saying, Jason?
I gotta talk to you about the Buffalo Bills. I don't even really know what to say. I guess I just want to know. I guess from your standpoint, I'm not trying, but 13 seconds, right? Gotta let a few seconds chip off the clock with it, right?
Yeah.
And
So they let. I kind of was watching, and they let up the punt return touchdown earlier to Hill, and it's just being a Bills fan my whole life. It's always like heartbreaking. I thought I was already ready to book my ticket back home to Buffalo to watch the AFC Championship game against the Bengals. Like
right,
at home, like that was they I liked their chance in that game. But I will say this: I watched it with my cousin in LA. and we were like going nuts. It was a great time hanging out with him. And then after in LA, I don't know what it was. Literally 3 people came up to me and hugged me because like they felt so bad for me. I was like,
Dude,
the one security guard, this huge dude, like hugged me. I'm like, all right, dude, like.
It's just unbelievable to play but they played so well. But my thing is, even if you kick it and you run 3 or 4 seconds off the clock, even 3 seconds off the clock, right? Then Mahomes takes the football and there's 10 seconds. It's a different mindset. He's got 13 seconds. He knows he has 2 plays. But anyway, they'll be back most certainly, but it's not always easy to get one. Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl, I believe, as a rookie, never went back. So, but Josh Allen's special, man.
Yeah, Jim Kelly. I mean, there's no Bills.
Right.
Super Bowl winners. And they had, like, my dad had their generation where it was like the early 90s. They had like Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Bruce Smith, and they came up short 4 times. So football, just like MMA, you got to celebrate the wins when they come, and the losses, you can't take them as hard because it's going to happen.
So shift to MMA, dude, that we haven't touched on the co-main event. Bully, I'd love to get your thoughts to start. Figueiredo, Moreno. Talk to me. Who won?
Honestly, man, I was telling everybody, I think that Moreno came out way too different. I think he came out too cocky and too emotional because he's always that guy that's smiling before he comes in the cage. And I feel like with all the fans there, all the pressure, being the champ now, I feel like he got a little bit too cocky in there. Dropping your hands against a guy like Figueiredo who could knock you out with 1 punch. I just feel like he came in there with the wrong mindset. And he lost that underdog mentality because, when you're the underdog mentality, you go in there like you want to prove everybody wrong. I feel like he had the champion mentality. I finished in the last fight. It's going to be even easier this fight. Oh, I want to knock him out this fight. I think that's where everything went wrong.
Matt, did you guys get to watch it?
Yeah, well, we went back up into the stands after my fight, and we were able to watch all the fights. It was sweet.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, but I wasn't really as dialed into that fight as I should have been. But it was a sick fight. I think anytime you put those guys in there, it's going to be an exciting fight. And they're so high level and so good that it's always going to be, whoever shows up that day. And that sounded like a good breakdown by Remember the Name Muhammad. So
exactly. Billy, what'd you think of the co-main? You see it?
And I always I've been watching you since like Titan FC when you're beating people's asses. I always love watching you fucking.
Appreciate you, brother.
Matt, I do. I've actually met BL once too. Matt, where were we? Because we met him. It was pre-COVID when they used to get all the locker rooms together. It might have been New York, and there was a million people there. We just came up and said, "What's up?" And remember Matt, Ali and a bunch of those guys, everyone was training together back then. That was wild. I wasn't even in the UFC yet, so I know you didn't know who I was. And I was like, oh yeah, I think I've heard of him before. We watched you fight and everything. So that was cool. It was probably what, Matt, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah. It was a while ago now.
Yeah, man, crazy. So I thought, same thing. We were up in the stands. I thought it was a close enough fight, and you say fights like that, like, oh man, close fights, you got to give it to the champion. But as we know, it's not scored like that. The judges are watching it and scoring it round by round. They're not like, oh, he's the champion, so he won that. It's not like that. So I think they should have a 4th fight because Moreno still has the most dominant win. He finished him before, so there's 2 close fights, and Moreno choked him out in their last fight. So I'd like to see a 4th fight between them because I don't see why he would get skipped now. But who knows? There's a lot of good fighters out there.
Well, and if
that's the hard part when they have a triple fight like that, and then you're the other guy in the division. They're like, yo, I should have next. Like, what's going on? And it's like it puts the whole division on hold. And especially with your division too, where you have like a Max Holloway and a Volkanovski, you want to fight 3 times. Yeah, he's already beat him twice. It just makes stuff annoying a little because you want the stuff to get going.
Yeah, or if you're Pantoja, you're saying, all right, well, go one more time. Maybe Moreno beats him, and I'm fighting for the title. Right? I mean, a good chance if he lost him twice. But to me, if there's ever time to do a 4th one, they're 1-1-1, right? I mean, the fact that it's tied through 3 is that. But dude, I'm with you, Bully. I'm never a huge fan of. I love the new blood. 9 out of 10 times.
Having 4 fights is a lot for the champion, but we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of good options for either guy out there.
But what about you? Any options for you out there, Billy?
I'm looking. I was talking to my manager Jason, who he manages me and Matty Boy. We're talking about something in April, and just whoever. I would obviously love to fight in front of fans again. But coming off a loss, I basically said, whoever you guys think, I'm getting ready now. I feel like I'm back in training camp and looking for April. I was trying to get on maybe on that 9th card, but I know it's filled up. Belal, congrats on the main event. That's gonna be a banger of a fight. That's got to feel good. Main event posters and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, like, bro, it's like once you get your picture on that poster, it's like, dude, it's like the best thing ever. And I'm like,
yeah,
as long as I get to sign my name on my poster, you have to do all the stupid poster signings.
Muhammad, let's go.
Dude, the most annoying thing is signing the posters. You're like, yo, I'm not even on it. Why do people even care about me signing this poster right now?
Yeah, you got to think about this one. That's a big one.
And like you said, dude, like when you say, "Oh, I'm coming off a loss," it's not that. The way that you fought that fight, that was, like I said, it was one of the fights of the year. And I don't think the UFC doesn't look at it like that. They look at it as, yo, that was the most entertaining fight on a card that was like one of the biggest pay-per-views of that last year. So like I wouldn't even look at that. I think that your stock went up after that fight, regardless.
Yeah, I definitely learned a lot from it, and you were right. So I'm watching the fight backstage. I'm warming up. We were seeing, it was late on the card, so we already saw like everyone come in and out, do whatever. And this fight, we already saw a bunch of like big knockouts and finishes. So I'm like, all right, dude, well, if I can't finish Burgos, at least we're going to put on like fight of the night. And we're watching Gagey and Chandler, and Gagey just rocks him right. Like the first minute, I'm like, oh yeah. Like I love Chandler was super cool with me all week, but I was like, man, if they finish this real quick, people will still want more, and they'll be like still amped up. And then he gets up and like they like tries to take him down, and they keep scrapping. And I'm like, I could hear the crowd for the first time. Like we could hear it in the locker room, like how loud it was. And I'm looking at my brother. I'm like, now what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, like how are we gonna match this? And like they drag it out the whole time.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, as a fan, I'm like, dude, I would be going to get popcorn right now. I'm going to take a break. Like they should have gave us like 45 minutes to go out there. Be like, everyone take a break, come back out. But I get with time restraints, it's all good.
Yeah, I tell people, I'm like, I'm doing like a meet and greet in like Detroit. And they're like, yeah, we're going to bring you out. Khabib's going to be a week before you. And we want to do you like a couple days after. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to come after Khabib. Like, what the, like, what do you, like, let me go before him. And then you can bring him after me. Like, I don't want to do a meet and greet after Khabib when he has like a million people there. Like, what the fuck do you guys want?
That's funny. That's how to look at it.
But hey, I appreciate both of you guys coming on the show. Thank you guys. Congrats again, Matt. Great win. Billy, even a bigger win today. Congrats to you. Can't wait to see what both of you guys got next.
Listen, let me know who I got a DM for my prize money, or like what do you got? I'm not familiar with how the ending goes, like who I got to talk to after.
We give you Remember the Show shirt. Just we gotta send us an address.
I don't know if I gotta send you my watch size or like what kind of car or what.
Watch size. I like it. I like it.
Let me know who I gotta send you. Bilal, I see you talking to Tesla a lot. I don't know if that sponsor comes to all of us, or how the winner, or how that works. So.
Dude, it's the worst because like before I had a rug sponsor, and the guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna give out free rugs, and then I was like, all right, cool. And then literally like I started getting guys, and then like he would never send anybody the rug, and I'm like messaging him like, bro, are you gonna send these guys the rugs? And like people really wanted the rug. Like Jared Gordon still messaging me talking about, yo, I need my rug. It's been like 6 months. And I'm like, all right, dude, no more rug spots. I'm like, bro, I can't handle this.
I'm not even gonna mention the rugs anymore.
That's great, yo. Well, thanks for having me, guys. Always nice talking.
Thank you, boys.
Thanks, brother. Peace out, boys.
Good stuff, bro. Dude.
It's always fun when you have like two friends and guys that want to be competitive, that want to play against each other.
Dude, absolutely. And really, like Frevola, dude, his hand is broken. I saw him at the airport. His hand is got to be broken, dude. It's just unbelievable.
Who was the ref on that fight? I forgot who the ref was. Was it Herb Dean?
It's the bald white dude, but I don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But it could have been Cody. I think alluded. I think maybe texted something about how it certainly could have been stopped a little sooner. But hey,
yeah, I feel like when you get dropped like 18 times in a round, I think you get close to it. But then like he was smart. He showed a little bit of IQ when he went for that choke. He's like, all right, fudge, I'm dying. How many times am I gonna knock this guy down? The ref's not doing anything. So I'm like, all right. But yeah, especially coming off of 2 losses. To get a big win like that, it's huge. And a guy that's always exciting. His fights are always exciting. Oh, it's Mike Beltran. But it's always feels good. Coming off 2 losses, you're like, what's next? You don't know what's gonna happen. And like coming out, even fighting off of a loss, it's like so stressful because you're like, I don't never want to lose 2 in a row. But him, like, man, he had like a crazy story where he fought that Arman guy, who I think is one of the best in that division right now, who went to war with Islam Makhachev, and like he took him the decision. So he got caught by Terrence, but anybody gets caught. That's what I tell people all the time. So the fact that he came back showed that he belongs in there, and I'm happy for these guys.
I'm with you. Well, so the UFC dark this weekend, but Khabib's promotion is not. And big night for Ali, Khabib, Rashad Evans. You certainly know more about this than me. It's in Miami. I should be going, but big night tomorrow night, huh? You'll be watching.
Yeah, it's exciting. My boy Horacio was supposed to be on that card against Brendan Barral.
That's right.
Yeah, but he ended up craziest story. Like he was going to see his dad in Mexico. He hasn't seen him in a while, so he was flying down there. Right when he got there, he was only going for a couple of days, and then he started getting COVID symptoms. And then so like he rapid tested himself before even seeing them. He saw that he was positive right when he landed there. He's like, oh my God. So he didn't even want to go see his family. And then he couldn't fly back to America until he was negative. So he had to wait in a hotel for 10 days, no training or anything. So I'm like, yeah, we had to pull out of the fight. So I was like, hopefully we get it rescheduled. It was like the worst luck ever because it was right after my fight. And he's like, I'm just going to go down there real quick and I'll be right back. And then we'll get back to training. And then that whole thing happened. I was like, oh my God, worst luck ever.
And feels like he's been on the cusp for a while, that a victory over a name like that might have been all he needed.
Yeah, that's the crazy part is like, and then people were like giving him the favorite in that fight. I think it was like the perfect fight, a big name, and especially on a huge card like this, the Khabib's first card in America in Miami. I think it's going to be a big promotion. You got guys like Tyrone Spong headlining it. You got Rashad Evans on there. Kevin Lee and Diego Sanchez are going to be on the next show. So like he's signing big names. He's calling for big names. I think it's not one of these small promotions. Like the Eagle wants to be the GOAT of matchmaking as well. So it's going to be cool to see how it goes. It's free for anybody that wants to watch him. So make sure you guys all tune in. I know that it's like just a small audience. I think it's only like 130, 150 people that they're allowing in. I think it's like invite only. If you want, I can get you a ticket.
Okay.
But we can see what's cracking.
I like it. Well, I'm excited to watch Rashad again. Just, because certainly I've following him for a long time. He's been in great shape for a long time. Like you, he's not like, getting fat, getting old. You know what I mean? So I think,
it's funny when I'm working the desk with him, it's like, me and him were talking about it because he was like, what are you about to do right now? In between time. And I was like, oh, I'm about to go train with Paul Felder. He's like, oh, he's still training. I'm like, yeah, he said he still got the itch. And he's like, man, you're never going to lose the itch. Like I still had the itch. And like he says, he's like walks around even later now. He trains smarter because when you have that time off, you have that break and you like try to coach younger fighters. He's been trying to coach. So like you try to tell them to do all the things that you did wrong and the things to stay away from. And then you start realizing to yourself, like, why didn't I do that? Or why am I not doing that now? Let me try a couple of these things now. Because, he's still a great athlete. Just picking the right fights, I think would be smart for him. He has the right mindset. I think at the press conference, they're asking him, like, what's next after this? And he's like, I'm worried about now. I'm worried about the guy in front of me now. So, like, I don't want to worry about nothing about next. I want to see how I feel, see what if I still have it in there. I don't want to be one of those guys that just fighting way too long. Like, he says that he feels like, there's you have a second career because he's into that whole mushroom things and stuff like that. Different mindset now, and he's a vegan now, so it's like he looks in great shape. I just want to see that fight.
So one more thing before we get out of here. I saw Ali's comments about Usman moving up to fight Adesanya, and I liked his comments. I'm sure you did as well, for those of you who haven't seen. No, I'm not talking about right now. I just mean rather than if he's going to move up at some point, not fighting Adesanya. Certainly I want Usman to fight Belal. Remember the name Muhammad. Don't get it twisted. But Ali was just making some comments about, if he's talking about moving up 2 divisions, he's the greatest of all time. It doesn't matter who. But his point was that he and Adesanya, it's not like they're training partners and the tightest of boys, and that if that's the money fight and that's at some point, then it should be made. And I thought it echoed a lot of sort of your sentiments. Like, you got to fight Luque now. It is what it is. It's not like, you know what I mean? Anyway, I know they're countrymen and everything, not trying to disrespect that, but I liked hearing Ali say that.
No, yeah, exactly. And, like I said, I was going through the same thing when people were like, oh, why are you calling out Chimaev for? You guys are Muslims. That's your Muslim. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't never even met the guy. And we're not going to kill each other. We're not going to war and somebody's going to leave dead. It's like, it's a competition. We're both athletes and we're both wanting the same thing. We both want the same goals. And then, like, with Adesanya and Usman, like, that's a huge fight. It's a big money fight. Both of them are going to get paid. Their families' lives are going to change from that fight. It's not like you don't have to go in there hating somebody. Like when I'm fighting Louis, I'm not going to sit there. I don't have to fake trash talk a guy or anything like that. if it's not there. If that energy's not there, if that energy's not there, like I'm still gonna go in there and hurt him. I'm still gonna go in there to beat him up. Wonder Boy's the nicest guy in the world. I didn't hate him at all. And like we're sitting there taking pictures at weigh-in. So it's like you don't have to have a mean mindset or have to have hate towards somebody to fight them. It's business and it's professionalism.
I love it. Like my boy KG, my favorite athlete of all time. Just, it's what you can separate it. He had a quote, I think, today. Is that I saw somewhere is my skill is hard work. Kevin Garnett. Gotta love it.
Dang,
my skill is hard work.
That's a real one right there.
Big ticket.
Jay,
Anyway,
have you seen the documentary that he did on Showtime?
Not yet. Sorry.
Oh my God,
This guy.
amazing.
Nope. Sorry, haven't taken that in yet. Gonna go put my kids to bed, I guess.
Well, I'm just saying
trying to
favorite
invest as
athlete
much
of all time over
No,
here.
you're right. You're right. But my
Shit
favorite
on
athlete of all
me.
time is actually on the
Like 2
screen
cents.
right now. He's
Ah,
a
brother.
current athlete. That's him right there. Remember the name. But anyway, we'll be back next week with Bullies Bix. By the way, Saeed Nurmagomedov, great call. To not mention him, unbelievable dude. He looked ferocious and fast as anything. Man.
Dude, he looked good everywhere, and he's one of these new age guys, these new age Russians with striking. You're looking at guys, all these Russians, all they have is wrestling, all they have is this, and I'm like, bro, like that dude's a killer. And he's been out for so long and coming back and beating a guy like Cody Stamann, who's been in there with the best of the division and been at the top of the division for a while, and to finish him that quick, I was looking at it like I knew it was gonna happen like that. I didn't know it was gonna be that nice, but it's cool seeing that.
You called it. Well, anyway, Bullies Bix will be back a week from tonight. As we'll remember the show, we'll have some UFC fight card coming at us. So anyway, thanks for tuning in for our director, Cody Merrow. Belal, remember the name Muhammad. I'm Jason Anik. We'll see you next week. Later.
Peace.